we are wrestling in TNA under Vince Russo. It might not be that much wrestling.
Is this Vince Russo?
It's Vince Russo.
Oh my god, that changes everything. Genuinely did not know that.
This is all Vince Russo.
Oh my god.
Hello and welcome to Sam's on Wrestling. I'm joined by Baby Sam. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm scared.
I love it. We are doing a brand new series. This is Sam's on Old Wrestling. What we're going to do is we're going to review old Raw, SmackDowns and pay-per-views, as well as some different promotions, such as this one. We're going to take a specific thing and review them over a course of a few times. So, for example, we might do the entirety of Kane and The Undertaker's history, review every pay-per-view where they're involved. But we thought we would start and educate Sam on TNA and look at peak Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's initial run in TNA is what we're going to start reviewing. We're going to start today with TNA Genesis 2006, Kurt Angle's first ever pay-per-view for TNA. Sam, what is your knowledge of TNA going into this arc?
That's a great question, and I have very few words to give you. I've seen the Kurt Angle headbutt with Joe. I know that he fought Joe at Genesis. It was like this big match. I'd never seen it though, and I knew that he was like this is probably like the prime of his in-ring work.
Yeah,
despite his
this
personal
is
stuff.
peak Kurt Angle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I never watched TNA. Like I kind of came into wrestling in 2008, so I just watched WWE and didn't really know much about TNA, and by the time I knew about TNA, it wasn't very good.
And the best thing about it is all these videos that you're watching, every single pay-per-view is on YouTube. So everyone, if you want to go back and watch it first and then come to us or watch it afterwards, that's fine. Go and watch it, go and find them. But we're starting with TNA Genesis, Kurt Angle's run in TNA. So, let's kick off with our review of TNA Genesis 2006. But before we do that, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. But TNA, we are wrestling. Live from the Impact Zone, TNA's highest ever pay-per-view buy rate.
Makes sense.
What number do you think they got a pay-per-view number, Sam, here?
I don't know.
Well, let's put it into the WrestleMania 17 got 1 million.
But I think that people... Okay, I'm going to say 800,000.
Right, so WWE's lowest ever one before the network grew and everything and all that jazz was ECW's December to Dismember with 90,000 buys.
It's not very good, is it?
TNA's highest ever pay-per-view, 60,000 buys. Angle Joe got 60,000 buys.
I went high.
You went very, very high.
I thought because it was in the future, more people would buy it. I don't know.
No, it's not.
No.
They did not.
No.
WWE very rarely reached 1 million anyway. I think 28, 23, I think they got to millions. So, live from the Impact Zone, 60,000 people. And then they start off with the opening package. TNA, we are wrestling. One giant leap for mankind. I mean, TNA really are the one small step section.
Yeah, but you know what? No, I think you're being harsh because you want to rip on TNA. I really loved this opening.
I love it.
It reminded me of like the Attitude Era ones where like you'd have Armageddon. Like someone who hadn't watched TNA much, and I'm just watching this video, not knowing really what to expect.
You have no idea.
No, that really got me in the mood.
You didn't even know it was Vince Russo.
No, until you said it mere moments ago. I was really excited when that video came on.
There's a reason I've picked this section of TNA for you, Sam. This pay-per-view. So, on the commentary, we've got Don West and Mike TNA on commentary. What did you think of those two, by the way, on commentary?
I thought they were okay.
Yeah, good.
I thought they put over the moves and the matches and the stories well enough. I'd never watched them commentate before.
Well, Mike TNA's done WCW. They used to bring him in whenever they have like the Japanese wrestlers because they didn't know anybody. And Don West used to be like a TV salesman.
I've heard of Don West.
Yeah, Don West is a legend.
Yeah.
First match on the night. We're kicking off strong. We've got Outcomes Divine, Kaz and Maverick. Weird dudes with white sticks. Now, I'm sat there going, what in the hell is their gimmick? And just as I'm about to Google it, commentary goes, I don't know what these guys are doing. And I'm like, they don't know either. Great, I'll go in blind then.
Yeah, but they're like Raven's Cult, aren't they?
Yeah, but we don't know. Raven's not turned up yet. So.
Oh, was that the first time you turned up? Oh, I didn't know that. I just assumed he's just like the leader of the faction.
Oh, we'll get to that. So you think, so I'm sat here watching these three weird blokes. I'm going, what's going on? And then, bring, help me, they're in my my house. It's the Old Age Outlaws.
The Old Age Outlaws.
It's Billy Gunn and Road Dogg.
I was thrilled to see them. I was absolutely thrilled.
It's VKM.
I also had a note here. It said literally 60 seconds in, and there was a WWE reference. I'm like, this is AEW's template. Like, I couldn't believe it. They just purely said Vince McMahon.
No, literally their name of the tag team is VKM. Vincent Kennedy.
No, I
McMahon.
picked up on that. I think that was the first reference, and then they literally cut a promo on Vince.
Do you know what VKM stood for? Did you catch what their name was?
No, not that.
Voodoo, Kin, Mafia. They don't do any voodoo. They're not related. They're not from the Mafia.
Yeah.
They just went, how can I make a name for V, a K, and an M so I can shoot on Vince? So, Sam, I want to know, I'm going to put you on the spot. Sam's on wrestling, S-O-W. What can someone come up with their weird name for S-O-W?
Stars of Wonder. That's what I've got.
Super Overlord Warriors.
It really rolls off the tongue.
So the gimmick right now of VKM is to shoot on, because DX are happening right now on the other channel.
Sure.
DX. So it's to shoot on DX as if they're going to get mainstream coverage. Vince Russo thinks these guys are like current and hip. These 40-year-old
And yet one of them
dudes.
is still going.
Oh, I love this match. So let's talk.
I enjoyed this match.
Normally TNA kicks off with like cruiserweights like WCW did, but they went with two old dudes shooting on DX every week. That's what they went with. But do you know what really bugged me before we get to the match? Sure. How over VKM are.
Exactly. If they're over, then it works, doesn't it?
Oh, Sam, in this arc, I think we'll start to see slowly how quickly VKM are not actually over.
Well, they're over on this night and we're reviewing Genesis.
Oh my God, how over. But there's not a lot to what there was a lot of. Punches, kicks, there was a one white stick shot. Does make them look a bit blind.
Well, of course, but
If it brought out 3 Alsatians.
You know what, Sam? I'm going to say it now. I like this match because it was simple, and you know what it is? I think modern wrestling is too choreographed and too smooth and too soft, whereas this looked like an actual fight. Yes, it was.
Because those two can't work.
No, I know, but I liked it because it wasn't too fancy, it wasn't too self-indulgent, and it was quick. And we don't have short matches anymore for some reason. I actually enjoyed it, and I like the fact that the heels actually used heel tactics. It was smart, it was clever. And overall, the first match, this is my first real proper impression of watching a full TNA match. I've seen highlights of some matches here and there. I love the camera angles, I love the drone, kind of drone-ish shots. I know it's not a drone,
it's not a drone.
Yet, but you know what I mean? It felt like that. I love the pyro. This felt like a little mix between UFC and WWE, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like it was a more adult show, and I think this must have been great when you had 2006. You had what was it? Big D Johnson coming around all the time, and all that cartoonish stuff.
TNA have their own version.
Oh no,
of big fat oily guy.
I was just giving you praise, Vince Russo. I was just being nice to you.
They're going to copy everything WWE do.
But they've got such a unique...
Sam, I love how you've praised all this, and you talk about the camera work and all this stuff, but I was way too distracted by the referee wearing shorts.
I made a note of this. I loved it. No, I loved it. I thought, how unique, how progressive.
It's just him.
Yeah, I know.
It's just him.
Because he came back later.
It's not a gimmick, it's Slick Johnson. And what I love the most is...
Oh, is that him?
His name's Slick Johnson.
Oh.
And the most fun thing about it is Road Dogg not being able to do a kip-up, asking the ref to help him.
I really liked it though, because he's old. I liked it.
Oh, but then Billy Gunn gets in to win the match. He does essentially a pedigree. He sets up tuning up the band and then hits the one and only. And, end of story. Now, before we finish off everything, I'm actually going to give star ratings, okay?
Oh.
I'm actually going to do a star rating. I know you will. But my star ratings, I've always had it different. And you know how I star rate wrestling, because it's if you just do it solely on the match, you can't rate it properly, because what goes in, what goes out. So what I've got is I've got 2. I'm going to give it out of 10. But it's 2 sets of 5. So here's how I'm going to review. I'm going to give a star rating for the match and a star rating for the storyline up to that point. So, you could have a great match but no story. Or you could have, a terrible match but the story going in is brilliant, which will help me. So this one, I'm going to give 0.5 for the match because nothing happened in 3 minutes. And the storyline, there isn't one. It's just to get to VKM onto the show so they can shoot. So I give 0.5. So they've got a 1 star out of 10 for me, kick off with. But Sam, the match is over. It's 3 minutes and 39 seconds. I don't care if it was over. It was boring. They then have microphones. It's shooting time.
Oh no, that's when it started to go down. In my mind, I was like, right. I love the fact that they just open the pay-per-view and bang straight into a match. I like that energy. Yeah. The crowd were into it. I enjoyed that 3 minutes and 39 seconds. However, then they did start to talk, and it was like, oh,
shooting on dicks. They're not coming, guys. They're not coming. Did you know Okay, when it's later in the year, but I don't know if we'll ever get to it. Well, it happens on TNA TV, so we'll talk about it now. At ECW December to Dismember, Hardy's put out a open challenge, didn't they? Which was answered by Eminem. They accepted the challenge. And you're like, lads,
Let it go.
you're not gonna go. And then literally they wore like pinatas and stuff, and they were like Hickenbottom, Levesque, we'll see you at the Alamo. Like, lads, no one cares about you. Commentary quote, Sam. What a
Go on.
strange way to start this show.
It's a very strange way to start the show.
So I thought we were going to move on.
So did I.
And then Divine, Kaz and Maverick come back. Divine's got his face covered. It's Raven!
I didn't know that was a surprise. I just thought, oh, he's clearly been the leader of the faction faces.
This is the return of Raven!
The pop wasn't equivalent
No,
to that.
it wasn't.
No, that's why I
They
didn't
went-
think it was
they
a
went,
return.
who's this bloke?
Because he looked like Mordecai. That's what I had in my notes.
Oh my God.
I'm literally like, this is Raven and Mordecai's love child. Is what I
It's
put.
Clockwork Orange Raven, that's what it is.
Right.
And he comes out, but he does the Tommy Dreamer shot and just hits him with a purple Kendall stick. You are not Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
You don't
no.
get a purple lightsaber. And then that's the end of that. And they accept the hit because they want the hit. It's very Basham's 2003.
Well, it's just weird because you think, well, what's going to happen out of it? He just kind of has the hits and then they leave. It's like, why did you know? You could have had that on the next, episode of TNA.
What's the rules of pay-per-view? For TNA, build to TV. That's always the rules.
Oh, I did make a note of that.
They build to
They
TV,
do
not
build
pay.
to TV.
Shane Douglas promo!
So I don't know a lot of this plot. I just wrote that the blonde guy looks like someone from Storage Wars.
It's Shane Douglas!
Is it Shane? I don't
It's
know.
like, and the NWA can kiss my... And he's the one who threw down the title, the ECW title. It's him. The one who formed ECW. The one who shoots on Ric Flair. The one who's a teacher in WWE.
I thought it was a good little promo, but it's just that some of those 2000s looks I've ever seen in my life.
That's because he's from the
Frosted
90s.
tips. No, I know, but...
He had that in the 90s.
Did he? Bless his soul.
His name is the franchise. He's not been the franchise of anything. The promo I thought was fine, but it was about tables and disrespecting him. Like, not gonna lie, I disrespect him, to be honest. Match number 2. Sanjay Dutt refusing to believe he's going bald. And Jay Lethal versus the Naturals. So we get a replay of the tables match with the Dudleys.
Ah, yes.
And they're beating the Dudleys in the table match. And then them going, the Dudleys, they've never lost a tables match. And I'm like, Google, Devon has lost 9, Bubba's lost 13.
Well, it was like, I can't believe we saw the Dudleys go through the tables. I'm like, I've seen the Dudleys go through tables more than anyone ever.
No, my memory is foggy. But didn't the Hardys win the first ever tag team tables match at the Royal
They did,
Rumble?
because Jeff Swanson back on the stage. Yeah.
They won the first
Very famous.
one. Oh, start off with face pulling. Oh, I love this. I
did not enjoy this match.
See this, Team 3D? You've already beaten them. Why? You've just shown me you beating them in a gimmick match. Why are you still referring to them?
Do they have tag team titles in TNA?
They do,
So
yeah.
just go for those.
I know. Whatever. So double flips over the top rope by Lethal and Dutt. That's always good fun.
Well, I just wrote that probably looked cool in 2006, but I'm so desensitized.
You've watched
That's
AEW.
A bang average Ricochet of Finn Balor match now. I'm like, sure, that's
You've
okay.
got to give it its 2000. We've got some cruiserweights to come, and the action's fantastic.
Oh,
so you've got to accept.
it's good for that.
Blatant low blow by Chase Stevens. We're just going to ignore that. Okay, fair enough. Choke spot. What's that, Jerry Lynn? Why are we talking about Jerry? You've just seen him backstage. Where's Jerry Lynn? You walked past him. These guys came out first. You would have been in Gorilla. Where's Jerry Lynn? Catering. Go and have a chat with him. Why are we talking about Jerry Lynn?
Who knows?
Oh, anyway, high knee, beautiful wheelbarrow German suplex, absolutely beautiful. Yes. Hot tag, the fastest man in TNA history, meaning he doesn't know how to sell. Cutter joint DDT. Oh my god, that was gorgeous. Throws the man in, DDT into a... wonderful. Sanjay Dutt's brilliant. Springboard botch.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, remember that.
Lethal with the flatliner. Lion salt by Dutt. Yes, I will call them by their WWE move names. Dutt onto the ropes. Distracted by Douglas. Oh no! Butchered finish. Powerbomb position. Top rope missile dropkick. completely missed.
Yeah.
Completely missed. And you think, oh God, that's it. Oh no, that's it. That's the end of the match.
Yeah, that's where it was like,
Oh no.
You know what? Because I was thinking this, right? This is the first time I've really properly watched full matches in the hexagon ring.
Yes.
And I thought that
Six
kind of
sides,
built into the UFC feel of it. It looks really cool.
It's great. It's painful.
Oh, no, and I've heard that it is really painful. But I did think to myself, does the match quality suffer?
It does.
Yeah.
It helps the high flyers.
Yes.
Because the ropes are tighter. There's always ropes to get to. But to work around it, there's a reason they got rid of it. And I was going, oh, but it made you unique. And I'm like, I agree, and I prefer the six sides because you're watching TNA. I think they were trying to trick people to thinking it was WWE by having a four-sided ring, and people are flicking over. Like, you never noticed there was never any like TNA on the screen or anything like that, like watermarks.
Yeah.
You know, WWE's got WWE in the corner. And if they don't know, people might go, "Oh, is this WWE?" and watch it as they're flicking. But like, it works with the high flyers. But the minute you start working a match, you saw it later on. I'm going to mention it later on. Actually, I'm going to make a really key point during the AJ Styles match. Match went 8:20. Sam, before I give you my star rating, how many seconds before they went end of bell to backstage?
Oh, 5.
7 seconds.
Close enough.
TNA, let them have the win.
I was on board with that. The finish was so bad, I was like, let's just move on, let's crack on.
I gave it 1.5 stars for the match because I thought the Dutch stuff was really good fun. Again, there was no rivalry, there was no storyline going into this. It's just two guys thrown together to get the Naturals over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Beat Naturals to keep pushing them, so I gave them half a star, so 2 stars is what I gave for that match. Oh my God, it's Conan! Conan promo. And at this point, Sam, I'm going to mention how nice a breath of fresh air was it to have this many promos on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was great.
You watch current WWE and end of match, advert. Commercial, sponsorship. And then you go to the next match. Occasionally you'd get a backstage thing, but it wasn't. And I go and watch WWE from, like, let's say, the Attitude Era, and they broke up every single match with either a promo package for the next match, or the commentators talking about it, or a promo.
You know what the key for me is? It just keeps the momentum going.
It did.
Show.
Oh, it felt fast.
Yeah, but I like that feel. Because WWE have to wait 10 minutes for the next thing to happen.
WWE right now, even if it's 3 hours, which they are doing with these 5 match cards, feels glacial.
Yeah, you really do lose the energy, and it just felt like backstage that anything can happen. It felt like the place was alive and stuff was going on because it probably was. But I like that. I like the chaotic feel of it. I love it. And can we talk about this storyline, Sam?
Oh my God!
I had no idea this storyline existed. That any of this happened.
Well, they don't know what we're up to. If you're not watching it, we are now on to. This is for later in the night, so we'll talk about the rivalry later on the night. Let's just talk about Conan's promo.
Yes.
Conan's promo. Anti-American promo. Good grief. Mentioning Iraq in 2006.
I loved it.
I was like, Jesus.
I loved it.
I was like, okay, this is a bit, the racism, it's very on the wire, First Amendment. And then he said, screw Jim Cornette, babyface turn.
Immediately, but I love it because, again, we'll get into the whole story later.
Yes.
But yes, we hate anti-America stories because they're all just copy and paste, lazy.
They really
Same thing, boring, and it's just lazy writing. But this, it's actually quite complex.
Conan's a great
You get where the character's coming from, even if you disagree with them. You've actually made some points, and I understand you. And you know what? It is close to the wire, and I liked it. So I thought this really surprised me.
LAX are famous with Conan. TNA, right? He was in a wheelchair at one point, needed I think it was hip surgery. Don't quote me, I think it's hip surgery, right? He gets TNA to pay for it and then goes, later lads, thanks for that. And buggers off to AAA. I love you, Conan.
Fair dues.
Match number 3. It's the X Division. Current WWE wrestler Chris Sabin.
Yes.
How? 18 years later. How? Oh my God, it's 2025.
Yeah.
And it's Chris Sabin versus Christopher Daniels. Yes! Daniels back in the X Division to bring back a code of respect.
I liked it. I liked it. It's simple, but I like the simplicity of the story.
Daniels promo, another promo. I will have your respect, and that is gospel. No, it's not.
Everyone needs a catchphrase, Sam.
It's not gospel. I've seen it. I've googled it. Is it in the gospel? Cockiness and arrogance versus respect and honour, according to the tale of the tape.
But I like the simplicity of the story. But yeah, I like the fact that Sabin's this disrespectful kid. And I like the psychology of the match. Also, when Christopher Daniels went for a dive, Sabin stayed out of range, and the commentators made note that it wasn't just like, oh, we didn't know that he was going to dive, so didn't do a cue, because it might have been that.
Yeah.
The commentators played that as
TNA is actually
he stayed out of range.
TNA is very good at covering, actually.
Yeah,
the art of a commentator is to call the action in the ring, give justifications for the actions in the ring, but also cover action in the ring. And the best one who's ever good at that is Paul Heyman.
Oh,
and Bobby Heenan. Turns out those two are my eyes. If you ever watch it and things go wrong, or heels are doing something, they're the two who are explaining it the best. Right, we start off with the Owen Hart, Bret Hart, nip up, kip up, gymnastics. Ends with a disrespectful slap. Cocky thumb to the eye. Gotta love that cocky thumb to the eye. Fake out flying move, double axe handle all over it. I'm gonna go for a jump.
I love that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Commentator quote, I'm gonna paraphrase. Chris Sabin is like Kobe Bryant. Just gonna leave that there. So Sabin threw in a chair, and then AJ Styles comes out on Chair Patrol.
Chair Patrol.
And takes it back. And it's like, where did he come from? How did he know there was going to be a chair?
He was watching one on the monitor.
How, like, was he in, like, the Usain Bolt 100-metre sprint?
Yeah, but you're a wrestler, you know that there could be a run-in on your guy, so you've got to back your bro, you know?
Oh, I'd have to admit, I really enjoyed AJ Styles on Chair Patrol, particularly later on in the night, actually.
Yes.
Then a crossbody to the outside by Daniels, and this is when we discover that Mike Tenay doesn't know what the word hesitate means. Okay, so, like, he uses it twice. I let it go the first time. So when someone's doing a dive and they get so much hang time, they, like, stay suspended in midair. And he's like, they're almost hesitated in midair. Hesitating is a negative. It means you're unsure, not suspended.
You can't hesitate in midair.
I know. So he clearly doesn't know what the word hesitate means. Let's have hesitation watch from now on.
He's got a long night of commentary. You can get some words wrong. You get words wrong as well, Sam.
I can't. I'm a maths person. I don't do words. Springboard, swinging DDT by Sabin. Gorgeous. Hurricanrana countered into a sit-out powerbomb. Oh, lovely. Best moonsault ever. Kick out. Oh, never mind that.
Great. It wasn't the best ever.
Yeah, never mind though. You know, can't
Wasn't
be that
Lita's,
great.
was it? No.
Haluva kick by Sabin.
I did quote that.
Haluva kick. Cradle shot counter into a crucifix pin, and that was a 3 count. No, that's definitely a 3 count. Referees counted the pin there.
Yeah.
Then they just did a roll up and they win. How'd that be the win?
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things that did annoy me. It was like, oh, done all these great moves, kicked out of them, and it just ends in a roll up. But I get the story.
Yeah.
And what I took out of this match was like, it's such a shame that Christopher Daniels never got to WWE. You know, he never made it because of the time.
Do you know what he was famously meant to be?
Go on.
The higher power. He was the original person.
That's 2001.
99.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's 99.
What?
Christopher
Why
Daniels.
was he supposed to be that?
Christopher Daniels is in WWE at this time. He's working on like Jacked and Metal and all these jazzy rubbish ones. And he originally was going to be the higher power. He's going to be a brand new character. And Vince went, "Nah, you're too small. It would not be a big deal. I'll be it."
Oh my god!
So that is the rumor that Christopher Daniels was actually genuinely meant to be the higher power.
I don't think he did a bit of great higher power.
No, he's not the best promo.
No.
You know, a lot of
that's mad.
Match goes 13-26. Sabin went to hit Daniels with the chair again, but AJ Styles. Oh no, Chair Patrol. We only do it once. Yeah. Only one chair. It's Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn came
out. Are you in the last thing? Why are you involved in this now?
Because he didn't like the unsportsmanlike behaviour.
Comes out like an angry school teacher. Shake their hand. Yeah. Shake their hand. But Sabin. Oh no. Hits the future shock anyway. Oh, he's what a heel.
He'd shake his hand and waited for Jerry Lynn to kind of go towards the ropes and then just did it. It's like, Christopher Daniels, can you defend yourself? Like,
angry teachers always wait until the kids have left. You've got to make the rules because otherwise they'll slap each other. Exactly. I love this match. I thought it was good fun. Yeah. X Division I'm going to always probably rate highly. It's very... You watch that and you go, this is what AEW need to look at. It's the idea of selling and fast-paced. Now, admittedly, I do think the X Division do have a problem with selling. They do get up and run really fast. And that will become a problem when we watch them with amazing matches probably later on. And I will make note of it, and that's what will drop it down. But this was good fun. I gave it 3 stars. For the storyline, the idea of respect and cocky. It was a tough one, and I was bouncing. So I gave it 2.5 for the storyline. Very in the middle, going for the title, new cocky people. So I give 5.5 stars. So 5.5 stars. It's Kevin Nash!
On my notes, I just thought, oh no, it's Kevin Nash.
No, this is Kevin Nash when he doesn't care.
No, I realised that when we did the promo, that the promo is hilarious. We've got to have more maths in a promo with TNA. That's why you love it.
You are going to enjoy Kevin Nash, I think.
No, you could tell he did not care whatsoever. But I enjoyed that about him. He was having fun. So I was like, oh, okay, it's not Kevin Nash where he ruins everything. Great.
Alex Shelley, WWE's
Yeah.
Alex Shelley, and Austin Aries.
I did not know Austin Aries was here until about 5 minutes into the match. I did not know that was Austin Aries.
Oh wait, that's the pendulum elbow. That's Austin Aries.
Yeah, just so that's Austin Aries.
The promo backstage. We need a win. Give me 90%. I always get 100%. Well, I'll give 70. That'll make it 100%. It's like, what? Oh, I love it. So, match number 4. Yeah. Another tag team. Third of the night so far, lads. Not great. It's Starr and Shelley. Oh, God. Nash is on commentary. Quote, I am the pioneer of the X Division.
No, did he have a
no.
Like,
oh, Sam, before
we have so much good stuff on here.
Hang on. I'll get to it, because I know what, this time I'm going to interrupt you. Let me run down. So, first of all, it's R-Truth.
I was buzzing to see him.
And, oh, my God. He has the same theme song.
Exactly.
He took his theme song to WWE.
Is that possible?
It is. It's clearly his. And it's Lance Hoyt, the former Lance Archer. Hey, Lance Hoyt. Right, Sam, I have no notes on this match. I just have a series of Kevin Nash quotes.
That's fantastic.
Kevin Nash is on commentary. Here's my series of notes. I was in Japan 2 nights ago, defending my X Division title to Budokan. Went for a 375 Black Hurricane twist. Ended up on the floor. Finished the match victorious.
I love that. It was the division. Finished the match victorious. I love that.
Lots of my stuff is on black and white beta.
Yeah.
He won that match over 78 competitors. 15. Who's counting? He's no Kevin Nash. We call that the Amish churn. That's why you both have lobster bibs on. What is he saying?
I love him on this match. It's clearly like, it's not one of those matches where you care about the match and you don't want the commentator. No. I want Kevin Nash to just, that's all I'm here for.
Oh my God, Kevin Nash. It was some of the funny, I literally, because I was trying to take notes and I was trying to, do it serious as much as I can and enjoy this match. But all I could do was just listen to Kevin Nash. It was when he went home and did a 375 Black Hurricane onto the floor. Finished the match victorious.
I wet myself.
Oh, who cares about that? It ended with a distraction by tripod.
I just love the idea that Kevin Nash is kind of like Hulk Hogan when he goes to Japan. Suddenly he's an amazing wrestler. He's like a cruiserweight.
Oh, he knows he's useless, and that's what makes it so funny. There's another roll-up. I think that's like the third of the night. 11:07. I gave it 1 star for the match because Shelley was good fun. And the storyline, again, is 0.5. There is no storyline. It's to get over the characters of Kevin Nash, Shelley, and Austin Aries not getting on.
This match did make me think, WWE have bought TNA now.
Yeah.
They should have a skit where R-Truth goes to TNA thinking he's going to WWE. He's at the wrong place.
That'd be
he's
great.
To the wrong place for work.
I'd bring back Kevin Nash. I'd just do Kevin Nash stuff.
Yeah.
Match number 5.
I got excited. As soon as this came on, I was like, oh, I'm giddy. Prime Christian versus Prime AJ.
That's what I've written in my first notes. I've actually put young AJ Styles. Christian promo. I didn't really listen. So you might have to tell me what he said because I was really distracted by the You, Me and Dupree poster that was behind. Because it's filmed in Universal Studios.
Yeah.
So it's filmed all the films. I mean, it's an actual lot. They film them in bulk a lot of the time, bar the pay-per-views. So a lot of it's filmed very quick and condensed. So a lot of people work like 3 times a month or something, definitely like that, 4 times a month or whatever. I think he said, this is just, I want a title shot. I'm not looking past AJ.
Not going to lie, Sam, it was a missable promo. He's not the heel that he is now, which is a shame. I was like, if you could mix his in-ring work back then with his heel promo now, Jiminy Cricket.
I mean, yeah.
It was still decent, but it's Christian in 2006. It was fine.
Well, he's the reason a lot of people want to watch TNA because he was the first major star to jump and then Kurt Angle went, hello, I am here. I am slightly bigger than you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Feeling out process. Then a CLB chant from the crowd. That's a throwback. That is Stone Cold in 2003 calling Christian a creepy little bastard. How has that come round?
These TNA fans are smart.
This is hard. Well, they're the same fans every week. That's the thing. They're the same 800 people every week because they're sadly, most of the time, where they film the TV is also where they film the pay-per-view. So we might get some new ones every now and then. You realise how small the impact zone actually is, and this is what I was talking about. Styles does a flip over the ropes, picture perfect, but his legs smash the guardrail even though he connects with Christian. So he starts down the leg. You're going, have you planned that or not? So if you haven't planned that, you're too close. Yeah. And this is how you know that the 6 sides doesn't really work and the impact zone's a bit too small. Or you've gone, oh, I'll do a flip, do it perfectly, but I'll hit myself into the guardrail and I'll sell the leg. And you're like, What?
It's a bold choice.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I did think that. I thought the crowd on one side of it, the crowd being really close to being really in. It builds the atmosphere. It does make
really
it more of that fight feel, but it's quite
hard to
restricting
work,
for the
especially
wrestlers
if you've got fast-paced cruiserweight style
who
wrestling.
are doing dives.
Yeah.
It's quite restricting.
Styles goes for a springboard, but Christian grabs the leg, takes control of the match. Styles on the ground, Hurricanrana, nip up legs, flip. Beautiful, but a stiff clothesline by Christian. AJ phenomenally forearmed the top turnbuckle, but just full on face plants it.
Yes.
There's no commitment to, I'll just protect myself a little bit and then sell it.
He goes for it. He's a different animal.
AJ gets back in with a top rope Hurricanrana, double down. Does AJ have the best drop kick in wrestling?
Oh, the one where he kind of flips and lands on his belly.
Not even that one, just the picture perfect normal drop kick.
I think
It's
people will
gorgeous.
argue Okada, but I think
I think this is better.
I do love this drop.
I'd weirdly put it
Randy
against
Orton's actually
Hardcore Holly's another one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Weirdly, always used to have one of the best drop kicks. Randy Orton gets height. That's the thing that people forget about him. The highest drop kick I've ever seen was Mark Jindrak. That man was an athlete. He was an athlete. We will not see him in TNA. Christian fakes AJ in. Does a toss, AJ lands on the ropes, and then the most gorgeous move in wrestling, no one will ever convince me otherwise, backflip into reverse DDT.
Oh, I love that move so
It's so smooth. How often does he mess it up? It's so
Never.
rarely.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God, it may be the most smoothest move ever. And to have it transition from a counter, but then sadly we have a spear by Christian.
Yeah, I was like, can we just not with the WWE references?
If you want to know where Christian's spear is in the grand scheme of things of all spears in history, we've done a bracket series on best spears. It's going to be in the top over here. And if you haven't got the things that pop up here because you're watching on your phone or whatever, go find in our bracket series best spear. It's not Christian. Finish. Counter. Pele. Top rope springboard. Counted into a powerbomb. Catching from
that
mid
was great, yeah.
air.
That was great.
Christopher Daniels on chair patrol. But it costs AJ the match. Christian holds on to the chair, gives him leverage, able to counter into a pin, and he wins. Great match. 15-50, 3 stars for the match. I put it on the same as Christopher Daniels. It's really good. I reckon I'd love the guys get more time than 15 minutes. I gave it 1.5 stars for the storyline. I trying to feed the storyline. There wasn't a lot actually going into it. It's just, I want title shot. I'm also in terms for the title shot with big stars onto the pay-per-view. Then Rhino comes out. He's the teacher now.
Yeah, that was a bit copy and paste in terms of the angle, but this is the most I'd heard Rhino talk, and I thought he was really good.
He's actually not a bad promo.
Yeah,
he's okay.
He's only kind of allowed to do the mindless kind of beast intense thing in WWE.
If you watch ECW, he does a few promos.
Yeah,
However, I
great.
just thanked Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that was good.
It's Braden Walker!
Yes.
Knock, knock. I'm going to kick your brains out. No, it's Chris Harris. Wildcat Chris Harris. It's not Beer Money, the tag team that everyone actually
That's what I
cares
thought
about.
it was, because they were drinking beer, and I was like, oh, this is beer money. It's really cool.
That's Bobby Roode. It's America's Most Wanted. They did a promo essentially saying they've been beaten up again and again, but God bless America. What an awful promo this was.
But you know what? I was really excited because as a WWE fan in 2009 and 2010, Gail Kim was there.
Before we get to Gail Kim, the promo ends though with them going, get out of the ring and go and get my garage door done. It's like, you guys are the baby faces. Don't be racist the way back. What are you doing? But Gail Kim.
She was there, and then I realised the atrocities that had befallen Gail Kim at this poor time.
They haven't done women's wrestling yet. That is to come, hopefully, in what we're going to be looking at, Sam. We will see some women's wrestling. Gail Kim hasn't had her series with Awesome Kong yet and shown that women can actually wrestle because WWE are not doing it.
Oh, no.
At all. Mickey James and Trish are doing a bit of stuff, and that's about it. But Gail Kim, she's brilliant. And then they show a video package, and oh my God, Gail Kim!
I love this video package. I might have seen this on, sometimes I watch those YouTube clips of just random OMG moments and don't know the context. And I was like, oh, that's that thing, but oh my goodness, I'd forgotten about it. And I was like, the height, birds have flown lower than that.
Oh my God. It's called the border toss, which is
an
amazing name.
Great.
And oh my God. Now, he's been known, Homicide has been, and Hernandez, they always say that Homicide is a bit reckless. That's why he never really made it, because he's a bit reckless. And then he watches Powerbomb and you go, yeah.
Oh my God.
She goes about 10 feet
She
in
took
the
it
air.
well.
And oh my God, well, she's a great wrestler.
She had to take it well.
Good grief.
I mean, I'm just thinking, imagine being Gail Kim and thinking,
Wait a
am I going to hit?
Where's
the bang?
Lights. Audience member, bang.
What shall I have for dinner? Bang.
Did I leave the stove on? Match number 6. AWA versus the Latin American Exchange. It's AWA versus LAX for the NWA. A lot of letters. Sign in the crowd. LAX, where's your green card? They probably have one. Brawl.
I love it though. I love it.
Brawl starts on the outside. You know how much I love that, Sam. AMW flips up Homicide and threw him over the top rope onto Hernandez. Lovely move.
That's great.
Spinebuster, and then we get a double down. Not a lot happening so far in this tag team match.
I liked it though. I liked it, and I love the storyline. I'm well into this. This is the most into a match. I think I'm arguably more into this than Christian and AJ.
Vertical suplex, and then Homicide tried to do a leapfrog over Storm to catch, and didn't quite get it, did he? Didn't quite get the catch. No. Harris on the top rope, and Hernandez does a little jump to punch him.
Yeah, I like that.
He's 6'5".
No, I did enjoy it. It was like just
little jump. Counter of the Gringo Killer. What a name. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that. Jesus Christ. Pushes Hernandez onto Homicide. Then the weakest looking double team that has ever double teamed. Yeah. It's like a heart attack, but with a very slow clothesline.
Yeah.
It didn't look great.
Wasn't it?
Enziguri number 1. Enziguri number 2. Yeah. Another clothesline. Then the death sentence.
Yes.
But Conan distracts the referee. Hernandez cracks Storm with the blowtorch.
As you do.
Weapon of choice. And that's it in 9:20.
Oh.
But before the match finished, they're setting up Gail Kim for the Gringo Killer.
Oh, God.
Which, not going to lie, in TNA they're probably going to hit this move because,
Yeah.
But it's P.T. Williams for the save, famous Canadian. Yeah. Oh no, it's Jim Cornette!
I just wrote on my notes, oh boy, it's Jim Cornetto.
Oh no.
I was not pleased. But you know what?
I want double cheese, extra cheese, cheeseburger. Have you ever seen that clip?
I have not.
he's in a McDonald's drive-through or something, and he's with Chris Jericho and Lance Storm, and they're secretly filming him. And
this is real.
Yeah, and and they're like, "We've not got your order because he's ordered a double cheeseburger, double cheese with extra cheese." It sounds so. He literally gets out of the car, goes to the drive-through window. We order our food, you dumb. Why do you think I'm doing it as a joke? I want my double cheese, double extra cheese. He just got Jericho and Storm in the back seat pissing themselves laughing. Oh
man. You know what? I thought I liked the promo he was cutting until we get to
the point of it.
The decision, which is nonsense.
Now let's get this clear, right? These guys, the LAX people, and this is America in 2006, we've just had the Iraq, so anyone is foreign, right, is going to be the heels, they're going to be vilified, and they're talking about hating America. So then he goes... Management don't like what you've done. The people in the back don't like what you've done. Fans don't like it. Veterans don't like it. I don't think many veterans are watching TNA. Maybe the fans did like it. I don't know, because a sea of bullshit chants happen.
No,
the crowd starts booing because they strip them of the tag titles.
For what? Being heels?
Yeah, and you're like, hang on a minute. And you have to, again, building to TV, we'll take it on, take the titles off you. And I'm there going, the crowd are booing, which means A, LAX are over, but B, the America thing isn't working because Conan is so charismatic and these two are so cool in the ring. This ain't working.
Well, I think they were still getting heat, but it was one of those they're getting heat, but everyone does like them. We're enjoying the story.
You can get heat and be liked. Yes.
I watching was enjoying the story, so I still think that the storyline was working, even though it was an anti-America thing. It was probably the best anti-America storyline I've seen.
Yeah.
What I just. And we'll get to another decision later on in the evening.
Next match, I assume.
Yes. I was so annoyed. I was like, you just had a great match. You've got a good promo going, good storyline, and you do that?
Yeah.
Why? It's very Vince Russo, actually. Now it all makes sense.
I was going to say, you're going to see more and more Vince Russo, Sam, as time goes on. I gave the match 2.5 stars. Storyline 3. So I'm saying as you. I don't like it, but you can't argue that the storyline is there and it's strong and the crowd are over with it. So I gave it 5.5 stars. James Mitchell promo.
I've got on my notes, it's Kane and Paul Bearer from Wish.
Yes, it is. Yes. They called him Kane a lot and they called him Mick Foley a lot, sadly, Abyss. So, yeah.
I like Abyss.
I love Abyss.
But it's the red lighting for me. It's still on the nose.
Looking into Abyss, you see your own hidden darkness. Probably not. Abyss then yells at me. Not anyone else. He's yelling at me. Don't yell at me. Stop. Match number 7. It's Abyss versus Sting for the NWA World Title. And then you realise, oh my God, they're still using the NWA titles.
Here's my surprise, Sam. So I watched this. I assumed that Kurt Angle versus Joe was going to be for the TNA World Championship. So I'm watching this match thinking, oh, this is kind of, one of those AEW things where they just bring in another title from another company and just have that as a mid-card title. We'll get to the world title later. So this makes the finish of this match even much worse. That this is their world title.
Yes.
Right? Oh, no.
So back then, when with like indie promotions, they would hire the NWA to give it a bit of name value and recognition. But obviously, eventually, people outgrow it. I believe during this arc, if not our next TNA arc that we do, we will look at the first beginnings of the TNA Championship when it kicks off. It might kick off in this, I can't remember. I think it does actually kick off very soon at the end of Kurt Angle's first sort of run. They have their TNA Championship. So they do just abandon the NWA very soon. First of all, Sam, Sting is 47 here. 21 years of pro. We watched him wrestle 17 years later. What? We watched him in 2023. What do you mean? We watched him at Wembley, and I'm like, this is 2006, and he's already 47.
I caught that line. I was like, you are joking. Like, has anyone had a longer career at the top?
I don't think so.
No.
I think, he has been number one for that long. Hogan was close, but then you go, hang on, he is late 80s. And then it's 2023. So you're talking 34, 35 years. Little break here from WCW to this. This is kind of his first return to proper wrestling. Plancha over the top rope by Sting. Oh, never mind. Walk and brawl for a bit. Into the crowd. Shortcut. We can't wrestle, apparently. That's what's happening here.
You know what? I actually enjoyed the violence of this match.
I don't like walk and brawl. No, I enjoyed the violence. It's the walk and brawl start. Walk and brawl is just hit.
I don't like it because of the atmosphere the crowd are in.
I agree, but I reckon we're going to see a lot of walk and brawl.
You don't like walk and brawl. I don't mind it so much. You really don't like it.
It's got to walk and brawl to a point. So you have to walk and brawl because you're trying to get to a spot. If you're walking and brawling to waste time, which is what they're doing here, they're going, you've got to fill 15 minutes. And they're like, how do we fill 15 minutes? Oh, if we walk in and out of the crowd for 4 minutes, that kills that. And that's what it felt like to me. Stinger splash, but into the guardrail. How? Hesitation by Sting in the air. Maybe he should have hesitated. Abyss moves about 4.5 years before Stinger hits the guardrail. Let's be honest here. And then, Sam, my brain starts to break down.
Okay.
Steel chair. Okay, fine. There's a steel chair shot. Sure. All right. Okay. A bit confused, but whatever. We want tables. Okay, we'll go get some tables then. Babyface Abyss, who knew? And we want barbed wire. We'll go get that as well. Sets up a power bomb with tables on the stage and barbed wire. Sets up a power bomb and then just goes, nah, I won't do it.
Well, no, because the ref was like trying to talk him out of it, and we'll get to that later. So the ref. So this is obviously some kind of street fight stipulation.
Yes, must be a no disqualification.
Yes, and the referee is like, don't do the extreme thing that I can't disqualify you for.
And James Mitchell's there going, don't do it. And then Abyss, the monster, goes, okay.
Also, Sam, I just love your phrase in there. No disqualification.
Yes, it feels like a no disqualification.
We'll just get to that later.
But anyway, have Sting counter the powerbomb. He's meant to be a monster. Yay! Finally got into the ring.
Yes.
Hooray! The bell didn't ring. Okay, so
wait, is the bell not rung yet?
So I'm there going to the bell ring because I'm there going the bell didn't ring. So I'm like, oh, hang on. So maybe it is no. Okay, it's no DQ then. It must be no DQ. So they're going to use weapons, which happened before the match. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they didn't really explain that.
Yeah, so it must be they've used weapons beforehand. Did the bell ring? Oh, it must be a no DQ match because the bell's not rung. Why weren't they counted out? Okay, so I'm confused. Maybe it wasn't no DQ. Whatever. So then the Monster Abyss does a chin lock.
You sound really enthused.
Oh, it makes no sense. Big splash by Sting from the top rope. He has always had a good splash. Hold his form, doesn't he?
He does hold
47
it. Even when he was 60-odd.
Hold his form. Then Mitchell gives Abyss the belt, and the ref looks at it. He took it, but then he used a chair. So why did the ref take it? Okay, wait, is it DQ? But they used a chair. Okay, hang on. Scorpion Deathlock, otherwise known as a sharpshooter.
Well, this is what it was. Very typical babyface. That didn't he? Did Abyss tap or did he not?
He did tap in this at some point.
He's basically. I just thought, why not just keep going? Because the ref was distracted, wasn't he, by Abyss's manager? And I'm literally just sat there like, just just keep hold of it.
Yeah,
keep hold of
I don't know why they do that.
It
It
just
isn't.
never. I know it's a trope. I know it's done. It's not just TNA, but like I was like, oh, it's just a trope, isn't it? It's just he's gonna then. It's the what's it? The false finish or the visual
It's
pin.
the visual win. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the visual win to know that person's not winning.
Yeah.
Sting goes to use the title belt.
Mm.
No DQ. But Black Hole Slam! Kick out at 2. Screw your finisher. I'm going to be saying that a lot, I feel, over the course of the next arc of TNA.
Well, this is the problem with this match. Because I knew that the barbed wire table was set up on the ramp, I knew that it was never finishing.
Of course.
So even when Sting went on the tax,
Well,
I was like, I know he's kicking out.
It could be after the finish, of course.
I knew.
Bad ref bump. But as if it matters, it's no DQ, clearly. It doesn't matter. A bag! A bat! Bat shot! Scorpion Deathlock again! Mitchell pulls the ref at 2. Okay. Thumbtacks! Sting choke slammed into the tacks. I wasn't expecting Sting to go into the tacks.
No, it was a good bump. He proper went into them as well.
I wasn't expecting it to be Sting. Ref counts the pin. Do you not notice the hundreds of tacks in the ring? There's loads of tacks with Sting's on top of.
Well, I just assumed it was no DQ.
So it's no DQ. Okay, no DQ. It must be no DQ. 2 count anyway. Sting straight back up.
Oh, yeah.
Got a Hulk up through this tax. Doesn't matter. Let's just not sell the tax or anything like that. Abyss, is then face first into the tax. It's like, damn. Oh, my God.
That's dangerous.
Okay, but no DQ. Okay, fine, whatever. Has someone ever used the same tactics twice? Because he then used the sharpshooter again. That's where he got the visual tap out. I was like, oh, look, he did the thing again. Hooray!
Yeah, well, I thought it was a missed opportunity not to have Abyss crawl through the tacks to get to the ropes. That'd have been a cool spot, but they didn't do that. That's by the way.
Chair shot. DQ. No, must be no DQ. Sting now has his entrance ropes that he didn't use in this match. He ties up Abyss. And now, and Abyss is now recreating the Spider-Man scene.
They're going to kiss.
He's got a mask on. It took him ages to set that up. Come on, guys. Practice it beforehand. Have a thing to hook on. And then Sting hits him with 3 chair shots.
Quite gentle.
DQ? No.
Yeah.
This has to be no DQ. He just then unties him.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Right.
Very gently as well.
Yes, very gently. So only 3 chair shots. He did all that work
just to go
3 chair shots.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Abyss is set through the barbed wire tables, and the ref calls for the bell.
Well,
it is a DQ. What?
Yeah. So right. Okay. So let's look at this, Sam, because this is absolute nonsense. But the ref, I think they were going with because Sting pushed the ref, because the ref for some reason was like, oh well, you can do the thumbtacks. You can hang him literally upside down and hit him in the chair, but putting him through a table with barbed wire is just too much. You can't do it. I've never known such nonsense apart from being disqualified in a Hell in a Cell match, but that's another thing.
What was happening?
Yeah, they
hit
my mind.
They hit themselves with each other with so many weapons, and then it ends in a DQ. And you're there going, if this doesn't explain a Vince Russo booking decision, I don't know. And then they go, and the new NWA champion, because you're going, hang on, why? Yeah. TNA have a rule that you can lose the title with a DQ. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, especially in a match where they use 1,000 weapons. It was like the ref was going, I'm going to give you leeway.
Leeway?
I can't give any more leeway. No!
That's like if it was a boxing match, someone's just going low, blow.
No, leeway. It's for the world title.
Oh, but you're holding too much. DQ.
Oh,
nonsense.
The match went 15-10. Sam, I hated this match.
I enjoyed the match up until the end, which ruined everything.
I hated it almost in retrospect.
It makes me think now, right? This is thought of as like a really, like one of TNA's big high points. Like, this is an amazing pay.
It's the highest ever.
I'm going like, is it that good?
No, it's really not.
It's really not.
And it's the booking decisions that killed TNA. Wasn't the star power? Wasn't the wrestling? Wasn't even the storylines, which are not great either, but they're up and down. It is things like this.
Yeah.
They did everything for TV and they did car crash telly, and this is really stupid. I gave it 2.5 stars for the match. I would have given it 3 because I do enjoy Brawl. Walk and Brawl will always drop it down. The finish immediately takes a half star off.
I was watching them thinking, no, this is going to be like good, so something's going to happen. I was like, no, this is so bad.
And there is no storyline. Abyss wins the number 1 contendership title.
Yeah.
You're in my darkness. I gave it 1.5 stars because it's for the title.
And you know what? On paper, Sting and Abyss, 2 really dark characters. I was going, right, this is a great little matchup.
This feud's not over.
Oh no, I'm hoping not. Well, I bet obviously it can't be.
Sam, this feud's not over.
Okay, good. I'm hoping that
we've got some Vince Russo.
Oh no.
I gave it 4 stars. Main event. It's Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. Yes, baby!
Oh, I am excited. And I'll get into the video now, but like, I was really confused at the time watching this because I just thought, oh, that's the NWA Championship. I'm watching this going, wait, neither of these guys are the champion. Who's the champion? Where's Jeff Jarrett? What's going on?
If you're watching for the first time,
I was so confused. I was like, where's the world title? But the promo, the video promo is just... Oh.
Angle famously debuts with a headbutt. Joe is undefeated. Angle is obviously a megastar. Who is the better man? That's all I need. This is Kurt Angle's first ever match in TNA?
I assumed it was, but...
No, he had a TV match against Abyss.
Okay. They could have saved it, couldn't they?
Booking decisions. You've got a pay-per-view. Angle's going to main event. It's going to be your biggest, highest grossing, whatever. Have Angle first ever match on pay-per-view. And his first match is against Abyss.
Did he win?
No! Yes, he did. He did.
Right.
He did. I just want to see your reaction.
That was it.
Angle's entrance, megastar, gets the Cody Rhodes entrance, the Rey Mysterio entrance through the floor. I'm going to have to go through these moves because these moves are just great. There's not much like mockery here. Belly to belly overhead throw, the power by Angle. Joe does his swing move into the guardrail, looks great. Has every match involved the guardrail?
Yes, because it's impossible not to. They're basically the ropes.
Stay in the ring!
Yeah, exactly.
Angle spears the ring post because everyone in control has to hit the ring post.
Well, here's the thing, right? So I was wondering about this. Also, first of all, can we just shout out Earl Hebner's here?
Earl
Hebner's right. I was buzzing to see him. I have a theory with this because I agree with everything you said. It's a great match. I love Joe's kind of kickboxing and stuff. I like his necklace as well. I'm liking a lot of things.
Joe, this is Joe at his best.
Oh, absolutely.
This is Joe at his best.
Absolutely. I think Kurt Angle was supposed to blade when he hit the barrier.
Yes, I did too.
Yes, I picked up on this because they kind of they threw him into the steps, but he didn't really hit his head on the steps.
No.
And we're like, Kurt, just go blade over there. Go blade over there.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah. And then they did it, but
look at the hands. Look at that.
But with the guardrail. Oh, a rabbit.
And then Kurt comes out and he's a red man now.
Very red man. But when he hit the guardrail, they kept the camera right on him. I'm like, lads, I think he wants to blade.
I think he wants to blade.
Yeah, I think he wants to. So I think that's what's happened. But it doesn't make sense because the step bump wasn't on his head.
Who knew that the TNA steps were just so much worse than WWE?
So sharp. Yeah.
Joe rips at Kurt's Kurt.
I was going to say
that's gnarly.
I love it. It's visceral. That's what I want from my TNA.
That's what we're missing from wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Angle German. Joe fights but can't. Very messy German that nearly kills Joe.
Oh no, yeah, that because Joe tried to do a flip and yeah. I did love that he was trying to elbow out and
trying to get out.
I love the details.
I remember a story that Ken Kennedy told when he was working with the Undertaker, and Undertaker loved working with Ken Kennedy because he said every time he took Kennedy in the ring and Undertaker's doing his punches, Kennedy's getting his arms up. And then Undertaker went, "Why are you doing that?" I went, "Wouldn't someone protect their face?" And he went, "I love that. Don't do that on Raw." And he was like, "Why?" I went, "There are people who are not going to like it on Raw." And he's talking about Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And I'm like, because you're killing the spot. I'm doing a punches spot. You should take punches. It's like, no. Let's be a fight. This is why AEW are falling down, because it doesn't look like a fight with all your choreographed.
Even
no
WWE,
selling.
you know.
No. They're getting more choreographed, but I think at least they still have fights or matches. But there's none of this.
No,
there's
and
none of
this is what I love because I want to. Okay, yeah, obviously we all know it's predetermined and fake, but this is why I love Brock matches.
Brock's a great
because I'm always like, this feels like two characters are going to war and actually
I feel like I have to fight him, otherwise I'm going to lose. I'm not going to just do a couple of flips and win, because that's not going to work.
That's what I watch for. I don't need gymnastics and choreographed stuff. Anyway, that's why I love this. I love the details in this. But yeah, you're right. That German was a bit.
Yeah, it's messy German. Angle slam countered into an arm drag. Lovely. Muscle buster. Angle kicks out. Screw your finisher. Yeah. Angle slam. 2 count. Screw your finisher.
Right, I don't like when we do finish a kick out. So we talked about that. I'm not on about them in general. But when we are
see my Lockbox series.
Oh, but when we are doing finisher kick outs in a match, and you know it's a big match, Angle Joe, I can get behind it. We have to do, someone hits their finisher kick out, then immediately we get up and the other person does it and kicks out.
That's very Angle though.
Well, I know
that's very
I don't
Angle.
like it.
No, I don't.
It's just so predictable. It's like, well, obviously Joe's going to kick out of that. Yeah. Why not wait another 10 minutes and then you hit an Angle slam later and then it, you know.
Yeah, I get your
it's
point.
It's more of an air form.
Make him tap chance.
Oh,
I love it. Crowd are great.
The crowd are the best part of the show.
They are the best. Straps come down, ankle lock, countered, knee to the foot to the back of the knee, into the coquina clutch.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
So good.
How gorgeous is that?
So good.
But then Angle grabs the ankle while in the coquina clutch, Ankle lock, counter, roll through, Joe into the post, angle slam, straps back on, straps back down.
I love that when Kurt does that.
Leg vine ankle lock, Joe taps.
Yeah.
Joe taps.
Clean.
Joe undefeated run is gone. Match goes 13:35. Not the longest match of the night.
No.
Third longest match of the night.
That did surprise me. I thought it'd go way longer than that.
I've given the match 4 stars because I think they could go more, and I've given the storyline 3 because it's just solely about respect so far. I think they've got more. I think they've got more because this is the thing. It's the storyline up to this point, and the storyline so far is Kurt's headbutt's brilliant, and it's I'm better than you. You can't beat me. I'm better than you, which is always a good storyline, but it's not a 5-star storyline, is it? But they are room for improvement between the two. Absolutely, I've given it a 7 stars. Be a man. Give me a rematch. No. Beating you. No. Go away.
Well, so I was interested because Kurt beat him clean, but it looks like we're going to go Kurt's going to be a bit more of a heel going forward. That did intrigue me. That's not something you see too often. So I'm kind of like, okay, it can work, but now I know it's in Vince Russo's hands, so I'm scared.
So Angle walks away, doesn't shake his hand and give him a rematch, and Joe says, got to do this the hard way. You just lost.
Oh, also, can I say, the commentators also apologised for Joe's language for seemingly no reason. So I'm like, have they edited something out on the channel?
I think.
What did Joe say? Because he said, oh, god damn, you gave me a great match, or something like that. And then they apologise for his language.
Did you notice on YouTube there was a lot of like random blackouts sort of thing, but they'd come back to the exact same moment.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I think they've taken the feed from when they put it onto TV with adverts, but not edited out. It's like you've not taken the live feed, you've taken the edited feed. And that's TNA Genesis, your first ever TNA pay-per-view, Sam. Before we get into it, I'll just give you what my overall star rating. I generally, because I'm a mathematician, I've taken all the stars, divided by how many matches there are, so we get an overall score. And it's a 3.9 out of 10 pay-per-view, Sam. 3.9 out of 10.
3.9 out of 10.
But you got to talk about all the storylines going into every match. So this is the whole card as a whole.
Giving it more than that.
This is the whole card as a whole. It's based on the math. It's based on the mathematics. You know,
on your mathematics.
Yeah,
so
based on my mathematics. That's my point. Is the idea though is like if other matches let it down, you could take 3 5-star matches and then have 3 1-star matches, and you're going to average out of the 3. That's how it is. So it came out as literally just under a 4.
Oh, I'd give this 6 or 7.
So yeah, what's your view of first ever TNA, the whole thing, TNA Genesis?
Well, Sam, I'd love to give you, but ultimately, this is a bit of the third Lord of the Rings movie where this pay-per-view does not finish, does it?
No, it does not.
So I did want to make a note of that they didn't end it at the highest point of tension.
No.
They stayed for another 5 or 6 minutes just recapping on commentary, so I was a bit like...
I actually fast forward through it going, have you got a thing that's been missed or whatever? Yeah. It's like they didn't go to time.
Yeah, that's literally... And I'm like, you could have had 5 more minutes of Joe Angle if you wanted it. So I wasn't a fan of that. It's a bit chaotic, but my overall thoughts of it, overall it's a good pay-per-view. It's not insanely good, especially without the context. Watching this without context was
and you're going to enjoy that because the storylines don't go, oh, we'll go from da da da. It's absolutely...
I kind of respect.
But the worst thing either, so this is how I see it, like there's at least 3 matches on this card that have zero need to be on the card from a storyline perspective, because at this point I believe TNA still only 1 hour a week of TV.
Right.
You can't build a pay-per-view with 1 hour of TV. You just can't. You haven't got enough time to do matches as well as build stories, so everything feels rushed. So some of the matches were meh. You know, even if the characters are over and the crowd love it, I'm going to base it on the match quality and the storyline. So, you know, I'm already not enjoying how many WWE people are on the card, and that's going to get worse.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see, because everyone I was most excited for, bar Kurt Angle, and I'm going to say Christian, is probably all the young guys. And I think they get a little bit pushed down. But do you know what, Sam? I had a lot of fun watching this.
I really like this pay-per-view. It's a weird little vortex in time. I did really enjoy it. I love the Hex ring, even though, again, match quality-wise, that's what I did think with the Kurt and Joe match. I thought they could have gone another gear. Yeah. But obviously, Kurt's still got to get used to that ring.
He has. Yeah.
He's got to adjust all over again after he's just adjusted to wrestling.
Yeah.
So I thought that maybe pinned the match down a little bit. It's still great.
It's still a 4-star match, but they could go more.
I just felt like everything could have been better. I feel like they got in their own way with this pay-per-view. With the booking choices and also shortening the Angle Joe match. And with the stripping of the tag titles as well.
If stripping the tag titles and no DQ of the world title.
But Vince Russo, as we know, I feel like with booking, he's got to make it all about him.
It is.
It's like a manager that overcoaches the team. It's like that he's trying to make it about the booking.
Look what I did.
Yeah.
You love that because I did that.
Letting the wrestling be the wrestling, which was great. And
Sam, I don't want you to do any research because I know you've got.
won't.
And now you're so interested now, going, I kind of want to watch a little bit of this.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a TNA pay-per-view in Kurt Angle's first run, so we will cover a lot of Vince Russo, and you are gonna see so much worse, Sam. If you know what I'm on about, we are going to do Lockdown at some point. Yes, we are going to do Lockdown. But today was TNA Genesis 2006. What did you think? What do you think of our review? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go follow us on all the social medias. We will be back next month with another one of these at some point. We're going to do one a month of TNA. We're not going to overdo them. If we really get into an arc, we might do a couple of like, I want to watch the next one. We might do two. We don't know yet. But please come and watch all our other videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time because we are Sam's on Wrestling.
I love that guy. TNA.